Hello everyone and welcome back once again to HOI 4, where I'm playing as Italy with the Black Ice mod installed. Let's continue and let's make a little bit of sense out of everything that's going on here. So these are all pretty decent. I'm going to keep them open. I might actually use those. We can actually enact the trains run on time, which is if only. It's actually pretty decent for you. We'll have less consumer good factories and some better output, and we'll also gain quite a bit of stability. Let's actually start with this one here. We do have the points red, and yeah, I wouldn't mind using that right now. We're no longer at war, so those will actually be removed soon enough. Let's keep these open. They are inherent to our leader. Let's turn off all of these. For some reason, I believe we are... Well, I mean, we are part of the... We can exploit countries in China because they have the 9 power... What is it now? The 9 powers treaty, indeed. What that does, if I do any of these, that will actually give us a little bit of a bonus. And we don't really know which one it is. It costs 30 points. This is actually quite a lot, and I don't think that using 30 points on that at this stage of the game is actually worth it. So let's just leave that. We're missing 2 tungsten, 2 steel. Don't really want to invest in that right now. Alright, so I was just about done with my war with Ethiopia, and now I can switch up some of these templates. So what I want to do here is I want to get a duplicate of this, which is going to be garrison divisions, and yeah, this... Why mouse? Oh, right. I need to use new division here, and I need to use garrison division. I want a duplicate of this and put it to garrison, right, like this. For the first one, I actually don't need MPs, because I'm going to have 2 different kind of garrison divisions. One is going to be inherent to Italy, which does not need military police, and there are other garrison divisions that will need military police. So for the first one, I'm going to get rid of this, get rid of military police. Also, get rid of coastal artillery batteries. And they do need the headquarters detachment. I want them to have a second garrison here. So 2 of those. These are not going to be super powerful, but they are going to at least do well enough just in the field. Just to hold important places until, you know, regular troops can arrive. Let's see, because these guys don't need any of that. They also don't need a logistics detachment. Don't need field hospitals. Well, actually, I mean, the thing is that they have indeed more trickle back, which is pretty important, but I don't think it's necessary for these guys. So this is going to be a very bare bones kind of unit. Adding an extra is 25. I don't have that. Yeah, so let's just make it 2 garrison. Remove that. Remove the coastal artillery. Save that 25, and then I'll wait to create another one for non-core territories. But for example, in order to guard all the naval bases, which I do want, and all the cities, for example, I'm gonna need at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's just 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14. I need a lot. 15. So let's just start out with 25 of those. That's what I'm talking about. This is gonna be crazy. But I do think that it's fair to do this. So this garrison template. I'm gonna set the location at Salerno. Well, there we go. Yeah, so that's 25 of these divisions. That does cost me quite a bit of manpower as well. Okay, so we got that covered. As for the planes, they're working along nicely. Now, as for the ships, we have all these submarines out here. Let's actually stack them for now. And let's stack all these as well. So we do get a bit of a... Oh, there are actually quite a few submarines here too. Didn't see those before, so it's a bit weird. Oh. Let's select all of these then. Bit of a mistake. It happens. And let's put those into a new group. I quite clearly just messed up. One, these guys didn't come along. Let's see, because like the problem is here that if I don't know where this is, then it's hard to search for it. I'm less familiar with the naval aspects of this game. So that's gonna take a little bit more time here than anything else. I'm still relatively new to this game, so if I want to select these, and I'll have to split them into a reserve fleet, which is what I just did. Okay. There's only submarines. 29. Okay. Yeah, that's these two. Okay, perfect. So now that that's done, what I also want to do is I want to start actually using pilot exercises on quite a few of these here. Yeah, let's also do exercises for all of these at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send the airplanes that are out here. They're all going on standby. And I'm also going to send them to Rome so that they can be refitted into the existing air forces at the moment. Next up, we have both of these units here. What I'm going to do is, well, not only do I need garrison divisions, but these two are also going to be evened out for a little bit. I want two of these to be put under this command. And these guys will have this as the border. And these guys will have this as the border. So at least they'll be spread out a little bit. I want to see how that will work out before I'm going to continue there as well. These guys are obviously already at, well, actually I lied. Some of them are just not doing well yet, whereas others are okay. So I will need to train some of them. That means that it's probably better to actually put all of these under the same command for now. Then I want to select those that are going to train. These and put them under a separate army. And they don't need a commander just yet, but I do want them to train. And then these guys, which are also 7, but these are already veterans, they will get assigned to that front, and I will assign all divisions to that. So they will train, and the other guys will already get to this smaller front. So then once the war starts with Britain, we can quickly take British Somaliland. How are you guys? Do you need training as well? Yes, you do. Quite a bit of training going on still around everywhere. Yeah, we're on pretty bad supplies over here still. But we'll deal with it. Let's see how this affects current fuel, because apparently this is still going up by quite a bit. Not only is the Navy using quite a lot, yeah, our Army is using a lot too. Okay. That's all gone. Italian East Africa. Africa Orientale Italiana was an Italian colony in the Horn of Africa. It was formed in 1936 through the merger of Italian Somaliland, Italian Eritrea, and the newly occupied Italian Ethiopia. When established in 1936, Italian East Africa, the other Italian colony in Africa being Italian North Africa, consisted of the old Italian possessions in the Horn of Africa, Italian Eritrea and Italian Somaliland, and the recently annexed Empire of Ethiopia. Victor Emmanuel III of Italy consequently adopted the title of Emperor of Ethiopia, although having not been recognized by any country other than Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan. The territory was divided into the 6 governorates of Italian East Africa, Italian Eritrea and Italian Somaliland, plus 4 provinces in Ethiopia, Amara, Galasadamo, Skiowa, Harar, each under the authority of an Italian governor, answerable to a viceroy, who in turn represented the emperor. Whilst not strictly speaking a puppet, you can choose to create this colony as an Italian puppet. Let's leave it under direct Italian control. Or I could play as Italian East Africa. No thanks. Yeah. So any new factories that we have will probably be set to the production of garrison equipment. Also, I want to, at the very least, trade for oil. And let's do that with the Soviet Union. I want 2 for now, because this wasn't going very well. I do need quite a bit here with all the training that I'm doing. At least so that we can keep going for a little while. Let's start moving this up, because there's no real reason for me to, you know, keep working like this. Meanwhile, I'll just also keep an eye out on the level of my recruits and things like that. Either way, we can proclaim the empire. We have rightfully achieved the state of colonial empire after our victory in Ethiopia. Mussolini will address the nation and offer the crown of emperor of Ethiopia to the king. We already had that, but this is the national focus with it, which means that fascism will be more popular, 5 stability, and we'll get Impero d'Argilla, which gives us a bit more political power, but also needs more consumer goods factories. Okay. More factory output. Factory political advice goes -15. Gets event the price of war. Yeah, it was very expensive for the Italians to wage war in Ethiopia, and they couldn't actually pay for it, I believe. So they were in a bit of a pickle. Yeah. Proclaim the empire. The war in Ethiopia has been made with an open budget by the Italian fascist government without caring for the rising costs that soon became exorbitant. The total cost for the campaign in Africa has been estimated to 40 billion liras. The average monthly paycheck of the time was around 300. No problem, the next generations will pay. Indeed they will. Okay, now that we have done that, we're going to learn from the Ethiopian War. The Ethiopian War ended with a swift victory. We can, however, learn important lessons from the conflict. We'll get army experience so we can actually change our templates, our experience, and some other bonuses. Most importantly, the research slot, which is what I really want here. Let's check out the training, which is going along still nicely. I guess for these, they can actually stop right now. Because it will cost too much, and there's currently only these two. To be honest, I actually think that if I just select these two, then I'll just put them in a separate army for now, and just let those guys train. They'll go back once they're level 11, but it will save me a little bit. So I think that's actually good. And I also want these guys to get a bit more experience, because otherwise they're just gonna do pretty poorly. Although level 3 is already pretty decent. So this is still going down because we have a tiny air force, which is unfortunate. And then this is also going down, still by just a slight amount, but not too much. So it's not too bad. When we're on production, we need crazy amounts of this. Let's just remove these for now as well. As for the garrison maintenance equipment, 6,001 per day. So 600 days, even with what we've got right now. Second London Naval Conference. Well, sure, but we already we already declined. They're not training. Okay, they can also stop. That's these three, sure. They're still definitely training. Okay, let's wait till 150 and then we can change the government here. Alright, learn from the Ethiopian War. Great. Means we have another tech here. I'm gonna invest it into World War II Army Doctrine. We currently can't do that yet because we still have a couple of World War I techs that we haven't done yet, apparently. Let's start out then, because which ones do I still need here? I need Stormtrooper Assaults and Infantry Tank Artillery Coordination. So let's start with Stormtrooper Assaults. And let's also spend 25 in order to make this a little bit faster. Okay, so now that we've learned from the Ethiopian War, I want to work towards these two. And in order to do that, we need the Industrial Triangle and oil autarky at the very least. So let's start with this, because it gives me the Technology Road Network 1 and a bunch of infrastructure. I think it's pronounced autostrade. We need to expand our infrastructure to ensure easy mobility of troops throughout our empire. With enemies in every corner of the world, this is a crucial part of being able to defend all Italian soil. Yeah. And like I said, once that's at 150, I will deal with it. But let's deal with the research first. Right, we've gotten the anti-air. Let's go for anti-tank right now. 36 will do fine. And let's take a look down here. So, not going to do any atomic research. I think for the Italians that's just a waste. What kind of rocket-based weapons do we have? I would assume it's at it. Okay, so this is... I'm not familiar with Italian rocket-based units. I would have to check that up online. Because I'm not sure how those units look like. I mean, pretty much anybody has an image in their head when they think, for example, of the Tiger tank. Sure, that's very famous, but I have no clue what this ALC 280 Lancagazzi is. It might be something similar to the Nebelwerfer, but I really have no clue. Now, I think I'll just leave the experimental rocket technologies for now and continue with industrial things. So I will go for excavation here because I can increase the output of some of the mines if I do that as well. And that's it. Okay, 150. Let's add a... Let's see if there's a good economic minister. Public Works is usually pretty good. Yeah, it does look quite well there. It's not necessary. Because this also gives stability +2, and I don't really care that much about the synthetic rubber. Let's go for that guy. Should work out well enough. Research slot. It's still 936. So now... Okay, let's start with the CA 309. It's a reconnaissance bomber. I always thought that that CAS is for carrier air support, but that's not what it is, I think. Let's just start with the BR-20 then. There we go. Change the light fighter to the better model. 14 days of production. Well, yeah, it sucks. We're still just making one a month. It's crazy, and we don't have enough factories still. Well, not creating them fast enough either. Still training. Still training. You as well. You too. Alright. That's all fine. I also want to take a look at the airplanes. Level 5. And I believe... Okay, the air units have arrived, so I do want to check everything out. These are multi-rolls, and I did put those somewhere else because these are also multi-rolls. 51. Thought I had more, but let's just add those up. Where else did I have multi-roll except here? This is regular fighters. Mini bomb, light fighter, multi-roll, 293. I have no other stacks. Okay. Never mind. Anyway, that's looking great then. They're also all doing the exercises. At least it means that they'll have a little bit of a higher level, and then new recruits will join and their level will decrease again. But that's fine. We'll just keep training them from time to time, and hopefully that also saves a little bit of fuel in the end, like this here. Free dockyards. Okay, let's take a look at the capital ships. Any free dockyards, I want them to immediately start working on the capital ships because they're going to take longest anyway. 13 steel. Okay, yeah, we're definitely going to trade for that. Really? This much? Okay. How are we on construction then? Ugh, terrible suddenly. Yeah, that's why I definitely do want more of those as well. The initial national focuses for the Italians are also not that great in this regard. Like, Autostrade is just not really something that's super useful. Just like autarky is, yeah, it's just not really something that you want to have straight away. Like, I don't care that much for the oil right now. Yeah, they're at level 11, they're at 7. I can continue. Just doing that for the moment is fine. Road network, great. So do we need bank subsidizing? Yes, we do. What does it give me? 2 steel mills and a civilian factory. Yeah, I'd like that. Probably a bit more than, for example, this. Drain the swamp. So I'll have to do that soon too. 91 days. Plus 120 political power. Or autarky. What does that give me? That will allow me to go down the line of these and the oil autarky. Industrial triangle. I need improved machine tools. Am I actually even researching improved machine tools? I hope I am. Mechanical computing and excavation. I'm not doing that. Okay. So that will take some time, actually, before I can even start working on the industrial triangle. So let's just start with bank subsidizing. So at least we'll get that additional civilian factory just a little bit faster. And the steel mill. We need a lot of steel, so... ILVA bank subsidizing. The Great Crisis was hard also on big industries. The Duce saved ILVA from bankruptcy. Did he pay out of his pocket? Nobody knows where the money came from. How are you guys doing? They're at 11. Great. They can be incorporated back into this army. Yep. Great. Alright. And they're at minus 15 still. I'll just let them continue on with doing that. And then up here, how are you? Level 7. I think they can get to a maximum of level 8 for air forces, and it stops there. Yes, it does. Okay. They do need the additional units, but 4, 5, 6, they can keep continuing. Wow, that's pretty quickly. All 3 dockyards. Okay. Let's go for these then. That probably means we'll once again have insufficient... let's go for 8 here and also get another chromium. And again, that sucks on the construction. But we'll get another 2 steel mills, so maybe that will at least also help. Let's go for domestic. Let's see. It's pretty decent, but less production, okay, no. He gives more non-core manpower. That's really nice, actually. This is fine. Stability, war support, division attack on core territory also. Police station construction speed. This guy's pretty decent. But then, -5 recruitable population. Wow. Raises speed +2. That is pretty tricky. But 5% is a lot. I'd rather have him. Also getting the non-core manpower increase should be pretty decent. So nice, there we go. And yeah, we still have a few things that we don't have enough of, but we'll take care of that. I'll have... Okay, all of these guys stopped using the pilot exercises. Got a couple of destroyers here now at Naples. So they're all set. Let's merge these into one. I also want to merge all of these. Eventually, of course, well, for now, I want to have just 2 fleets. And there's still one more additional... oh, okay, yeah. There it goes. It's just these 2. I'll have them do naval exercises as well. Sure, that's fine. That probably, yeah, that drains my fuel like crazy. But I can't really spare any. Okay, let's just stop. That was a disaster. They still have quite a few submarines though, so I'm gonna take those out again. They must have completed in some time. Let's split these guys into a reserve fleet and send them over there. Yeah, we should have enough for that. Okay, I'll just wait. We definitely don't have the fuel, and I do want to build more civilian factories before I start trading for more oil, because this is a bit of a problem. The Navy still uses quite a bit. Anyway, we have this done. I'm quite sure that we actually do need those built as well soon enough. Let's actually have some tankette templates as well, so it's a bit weird that we haven't researched it yet. Man, all that steel. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's take a look. You're not done. Still have some guys. Okay, bank subsidizing is done. Great. Actually trade for one less civilian factory then. And let's, yeah, okay, we can already do Albanian occupation, which gives me more territory, so I definitely do want to do that. Albania paints an easy target for our troops to occupy. We are unlikely to be met with much resistance. We should show the world, or we must show the world, the might of Italy and restore glory of the Roman Empire. Yeah, it only takes 14 days to occupy Albania as well, so Spanish Civil War. We can actually join in, and I would like to do that. I'm not going to give them planes. Let's see. Divisions required for sending volunteer force, minus 25%. Okay. I'm not giving him factories. I don't have additional guns. And we can select those in a little bit. What I'm gonna do though here is give this speech in front of the workers. As well. And I will go and send some troops over. And that's just gonna be regular infantry units. Let's see. Or it's probably better just to send mountain troops. These three. They'll go under a different army. Let's see. This guy. So, as nationalist Spain, I'm gonna send volunteers. Those three. Oh, really? Two? I thought I would have been able to send more. Right. Well, that's this. Yeah. Okay. Let's just send two then. Okay, they'll be en route. New decisions. Yeah, I don't want to be notified. The first thing that I'm going to do still is use the propaganda. Oh, it's only 34. I don't need 34. Alright, let's bomb Madrid. As well. What else? Economic and industrial support. Where is that? Here. I'm not gonna do that. That's ridiculous. Sure, they can dock there. No problem. And... alright, the carrier hull is done. Let's work on the improved carrier armor scheme as well. There we go. I also want to change some... yeah, we have no equipment for that. Yeah, I want to edit the regular infantry. So this one, it's currently at 27 combat width. And I want to remove those militias. There we go. They're 22.5 now. I want to add on a regular anti-tank battalion. There we are, so at 23 right now. And then if I add a regular infantry, they're at 25, and I think that's pretty good. Currently they have engineer, reconnaissance, maintenance and logistics, and field hospital. What I want to add here to the regular units, at the very least, could do this, but anti-air, probably a good idea too. Yeah. Exactly. Although it does suffer a bit in tag though. Sure. So this is 25. If I could add another one. I do have a reconnaissance battalion currently. Just regulars. Let's also go for a support anti-tank battalion, I think. Although, again, it does hit you pretty hard on the attack. Yeah. Okay. Save 35. That changes all those units and probably has a lot of ramifications for my my production. Which it's currently one big nightmare, except for artillery trucks. They are doing fine. Right. Well, any additional factories that I have will get used, sure. However, unfortunately, I also need to add that. And anti-tank guns. So not this, I think, even. No. Okay. Still need to change some templates after this, but I will do that later. I mean, I don't have any ability to right now. Where are those anti-tank guns? Come on. Heavy machine guns. Ah, here it is. Towed anti-tank. Yeah. But I have no factories. Well, let's just put these to 2. And I still need... Yeah, let's put this there. So at least they can start building up to build that right now, because it's just a disaster at the moment. At least the amount of factories that I have. Alright. But, yeah, we're working on stuff. We're working on it. Albanian occupation. That's done. I'm not gonna befriend Bulgaria because, well, I actually want to take over Bulgaria at some point. Just not right now. First of all, though, what I'll do is I'll drain the swamp. The swamp of the Agropontino near Rome has been the cause of death and suffering for centuries. The Duce is gonna do the impossible and drain it, which will get monthly population, plus 0.5, 5 stability, ideology drift defense plus 50, a lot of political power, and then a civilian factory plus building slot. Let's see if we get Albania. Yes, they yield. Albanian authorities have agreed to our demands and King Zog has been forced to abdicate. From now on and until the end of time, Albania shall be Italian. A glorious day. Great, so we have that now. Alright, I'm gonna end the video here. I want to thank you all for watching. Do hope you enjoyed this one. I will end the video here. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Take care. And see you all next time. Bye-bye.